I'm just a guy who likes Transformers and all things Transformers related, so if you're into that, stick around because we're going to talk about this figure right here. For those who are not familiar, this is the New Age Toys number 69 Warrior William. New Age Toys is a third-party company that specializes primarily in what they call legend-scaled figures. They do some larger figures, but their specialty really is legend-scaled, which are those figures that are on the smaller size. However, don't let that bother you because, typically speaking, the other thing that they're known for is their engineering and their complexity. So these guys look good in both their modes. They have high articulation, really incredible attention to detail, quite a bit of fun, fully posable, all that good stuff. So just to give you an idea here first, let's go ahead and take a look and start with that size. So you can see this guy is just under 4 inches, maybe 3.5 inches tall. So definitely on the smaller size, but don't let that fool you. This guy is loaded with all kinds of good stuff. So he comes in this box right here, not a lot to see. Now we're going to bring him in and we're going to take a close look at him. We're going to need to focus the camera on him. There we go. All right, so you can see this is a good looking figure for being as small as he is, based on that G1 Sunstreaker. Pretty accurate in my opinion. There he is from the side. Here he is from the back and over here. Now, articulation-wise, he has everything that you would expect and more, so he's fully articulated in the head, shoulders, elbows, and the wrist rotation, waist rotation, he's got it. You can also do a ab crunch with him, which is nice. Full range of motion in those legs, as you would expect, and down in those feet as well. The only thing that he's really missing is a heel spur. Without that heel spur, he does have a tendency to fall over, so you've got to be careful when you pose him, but other than that, this guy does pretty good. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in some comparisons in this bot mode so you can see how he looks compared to some other figures. For our first round of bot mode comparisons, here you see William down here in the front, and I have him with a wide assortment of other offerings from New Age Toys. All of these are legend scale, but I wanted to bring these in to give you an idea and just show you the breadth of all the different scales that New Age deals with here. They try to keep things as accurate as possible according to the tune. Obviously, they can't do 100%, but they try to get pretty close. So up here, you have him next to their version of Trailbreaker and Optimus Prime. Back here is Ultra Magnus. Back here is Grimlock, Jetfire, and Omega Supreme in the back, which to my knowledge is the largest legend scale figure they've made. Correct me if I'm wrong, feel free to do so. But you can see that they are doing their best to try to get the scale here, and it really works out. When you've got a figure this size, it makes it really nice to be able to play with all of that. But just to give you that full juxtaposition, next comparison is just going to be William next to Omega Supreme. As you can see, there is a pretty big difference between William and Omega Supreme, or what New Age Toys calls Michael. So William and Michael here, big difference as far as that goes, but it makes it really fun when you're dealing with figures at the legend scale. Next round of bot mode comparisons, William's in the front. Right behind him is what's left of my G1 Sunstreaker. Over here we have the Earthrise Sunstreaker. Back here we have the Combiner Wars Sunstreaker. And then in the way back we have the Studio Series Concept Art Sunstreaker from the Bumblebee movie. Last bot comparison we have for you. Here's William. Over here is MP39 Plus Spin Out. So this is the Masterpiece MP39 mold. I do not have the MP39 Masterpiece Sunstreaker. This is just the red derivative, who they call Spin Out. So same mold, same engineering, all that stuff, just red instead of yellow. But you can see between the two of them just how good they look together. The accuracy between MP and New Age Legend Scale, I think, does a pretty good job. So fine looking little figure. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll get him in bot mode now, or car mode. Take a few looks there. Here is William in that Lamborghini mode, and you can see for the most part, I think he looks pretty good. Get a little bit of focus going there. And obviously no badging because they do not have the license from Lamborghini, but I think we all know what it is. And coming around, taking a look there. It looks nice. You got those little scoops right there. You've got that spoiler. And coming around, same thing over here. You got that nice big air intake. And then there he is from the top and from the bottom. So yeah, comes together pretty good, I believe. He rolls nicely, so that's always helpful as well. But yeah, that's pretty much all to talk about in his car mode. He's a car. He rolls, does all those things. Doing a few quick comparisons here. We'll just start with what he's based on. This is the G1 Sunstreaker, so you can see from a size perspective what we're working with. And move that on out of the way. Next up is the Earthrise Sunstreaker. Move that on out of the way. And then we'll bring in, this is the only New Age Legends scale that I'll be using as a comparison. This is what New Age calls Hammond. This is their version of Autobot Wheeljack. And then when we've got it here, I'm just going to bring in, this is a Majorette brand, so like a Hot Wheels Matchbox size car, just a Porsche, so you can see how all that scales up. So there you have William, aka the New Age Toys Legend Scale take on Autobot G1 Sunstreaker, and this is a fun little guy. Much like everything that New Age puts out, he's high quality, he's pretty intuitive as far as transformation goes, and he looks good in both of his modes. I think that this is something that is an easy pickup if you're a Transformers fan. That Legend Scale, it's just hard to beat. The price is right, and the overall quality is good, and this guy's just a ton of fun to play with. I picked this guy up from showzstore.com for $49 US, and I think he was worth every penny. So, what are you waiting for? Go get him. Feel free to ask any questions, leave a comment, maybe like, all that good stuff if you want. Thanks for watching.